Remember when the Lions were the Lions without asking anyone's permission? I'm bringing that energy back today with something straight from the trenches. A real, no-nonsense look at a move that could harden this roster for December and January. I'm talking timing, price, fit, and why this is exactly the kind of quiet addition that turns an already serious team into a group that closes games. I'll lay out the role, the impact on pass protection, what it does to the run game, how it affects the depth chart, and the realistic risk. Stick with me, because the name matters, but the logic matters even more. We know what Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes believe in. Build from the line, win late with discipline, and keep your quarterback clean so the offense can play on schedule. The identity is set, physical, detailed, and businesslike. The part that separates playoff teams from contenders is how they handle the second half of the season when injuries pile up and depth is tested. That's where today's target fits in. I want a tackle who has played real snaps, who can handle speed on the edge, who moves his feet, who understands cadence and communication, and who won't freeze when the crowd goes up a level in a 2-minute drill. I'm looking at an NFC North starter who this season posted a 90.2% pass block win rate across 6 games, a guy with the foot speed to redirect in space, someone coaches call an easy mover on the edge. He's not perfect against bull rushers, and he grades as a lower-tier starter. But that's not what I'm buying. I'm buying insurance, competition, and reliability on a contract-year rental that doesn't box the Lions in long-term. And yes, the trade deadline is Tuesday, November 4 p.m. ET, so the clock is real. Here's the scene. The Lions have elite bookends in Taylor Decker and Penei Sewell, and that's the foundation. But no front survives a long season without trusted depth. One rolled ankle and the flow of the offense changes. One stinger and your play calling tightens. We've seen it around the league every year. When you can slot in a swing tackle who's started meaningful games, you protect the structure, the play action, the deeper routes, the screen timing, the way the run game sequences inside zone, duo, and toss. You also keep Jared Goff on schedule and the sack numbers in control. That's the value play here. All right, name time. It's Braxton Jones, left tackle for the Chicago Bears, a multi-year starter who was recently benched in favor of Theo Benedette and who's now in a contract year after fighting through an ankle issue earlier this season. The national talk has tossed his name around as a sensible trade candidate with a modest chance to move, and the tape circles the same traits: quick feet, solid redirect, experience against top-end rushers, and a tendency to feel power in his chest when faced with a heavy bull. That's fine. In Detroit, this is not a replace Decker conversation. This is a raise-the-floor conversation. As a swing tackle, Jones plugs directly into what the Lions ask from depth. He can step in at LT if needed. He can spell a series if a guy needs to get checked. He can be the 6th offensive lineman in heavy packages near the goal line. He can help you run toss, crack, and screens to the perimeter because he can move. He gives Hank Fraley a veteran body to coach up with clear strengths and clear guardrails. And because it's a contract year, the financial footprint is controlled. That matters if you're trying to hold flexibility for post-deadline call-ups or late-season kicker DB insurance. Let's talk scheme and match. Detroit blends power and zone and forces defenses to play honest with motion and condensed sets. In that world, a tackle who can hit landmarks and keep his hips square on the first kick slide is valuable. Jones can pass off games with the guard when the communication's clean, and he can reach a 5-tech in outside zone if he gets his first 2 steps right. You can help him against bull rush with chipping, sliding the center, or using play action to slow the get-off. The point is, you don't need him to win 60 snaps. You need him to win 12 to 25 snaps on a random Sunday when somebody dings a knee, or to log a clean spot start without burning your scheme. That's the difference between calling quick game out of fear versus running your normal menu because you trust the edge. The next layer is cost. Intra-division trades aren't common, but they happen when the value is clear. For a contract year tackle who's been benched but still carries starter experience and good pass pro traits, you're looking at a late day 3-pick range, something like a 5th or 6th that could be conditional on snaps or playoff advancement. That's the kind of price Holmes has shown he'll pay when the fit is clean, the character is solid, and the role is defined. You're not buying a future cornerstone. You're buying certainty for the last 8 to 10 games in the postseason. You also protect your comp pick formula because you're not making a huge multi-year commitment. It keeps the front office agile. Risks? They're straightforward. Power can walk him back if his anchor slips. You solve that with technique. Set depth, inside hand ready, don't overset, and keep the guard tight enough to take away the short inside edge. Penalties are the other watch item. New cadence, new terminology, loud environments. That's about reps with the ones during the week and precise communication with the tight ends when you're in nub or bunch. None of this is exotic. It's routine pro football work. Upside? You stabilize special teams' field position by cutting down drive-killing sacks. You keep Goff upright, your play action credible, and your third and medium manageable. You maintain your identity when you rotate. You make life easier for Ben Johnson in sequencing because he doesn't have to rip pages out of the call sheet if somebody needs a drive off. And you send a message to the locker room that the front office is serious about tightening bolts before the weather turns. Now, the Lions don't need to force this. If the price creeps into day 2, I'm out. If there's a medical flag we don't like, I'm out. If the staff believes the current swing tackle is trending up and ready for live fire, I get it. But at a clean late day 3 price, with a player who moved well on tape this year and has that 90.2% pass block win rate in limited games, I'm in. Bring him in. Coach the anchor. Lean on his movement ability and let the room compete. Internal guys step up, great. If not, you've got a pro you can trust. That's exactly how good teams stay good when the season tightens. Quick reminder, the deadline is close, and Chicago is in evaluate and decide mode. They've already shown they're willing to reconfigure that line, and a contract year depth tackle with starting snaps is exactly the profile that gets moved when teams want picks back. People around the league have mentioned fits like the Raiders, Rams, and Chargers. For me, Detroit is the fit that makes the most football sense, because the role is clear and the timeline aligns with a push. And because we're talking about a rival, the homework matters even more. But that's the point. The Lions do detailed homework. My verdict is simple and direct. Braxton Jones to Detroit makes sense if the cost stays in the late day 3 range and the medicals check out. He's not coming here to take a job from Decker or Sewell. He's coming here to make sure the job gets done if something pops up in Week 13 on a cold field. That's smart business. Before I close, I want to hear you. Would you send a late day 3 pick for a contract year swing tackle with starting experience and a strong pass pro profile? Or would you roll with the room and keep your pick for April? Drop your take below, tell me your price point, and tell me how you'd use him in our heavy sets. Final read from me. If the price is right, pull it. It's a clean fit, low risk, and it protects the identity we've built. That's winning behavior. If you're with me, hit subscribe to Lions News Fan Report, turn on alerts, and stay with me for quick updates and deep dives the minute front office phones start moving. This is where you'll get them first.